Hello there, and this is part 4 of my Strathmore sketchbook. And I got a total of 20 new drawings for you guys, both of new and old characters. Well, again. and, oh, hopefully I have like a super sketchbook tour out soon, too. Hopefully that, because, I want to upload more sketchbook tours of my super sketchbook as well. But so far, I'm mostly been drawing in this Strathmore sketchbook because it's a smaller sketchbook. I'm able to just do doodles all day. Yeah, yeah, because the Sukkot sketchbook is usually a bigger sketchbook than so I'm using that for my stories and comics and animations and stuff. Well, this is just basic doodling, smaller sketchbook and stuff. So let's start. Here's Merlin, the fairy dragon. Well, I make animations and comic stuff. I think yeah, I made a Rex and Merlin cartoon along with. He also appeared in Pocket Force, the new Pocket Force comic that I did. Yeah. In this drawing, he looks more dragon-like compared to what I usually draw him. Because usually I've been drawing him more chubbier for some reason, and then when it comes to my traditional art, I draw him more like dragon, more lizard-like. Yeah, it's one of those kind of drawings where I keep changing up the design a little bit. Yeah, because usually when I draw characters, I usually keep them consistent. But when it comes to characters that I usually don't do stories of, let's say like the elf lady drawing, the elf lady character I like to draw. Yeah, I keep changing up her design over the years. Yeah, I guess if I ever decide to make a story completely about Merlin himself, I'm probably just gonna use this design instead. This design looks better than the chubby one. Yeah. Here's Luna the Vampire Bat from Werewolf. And I kind of drew her pants this time again. Yeah, because she usually wears she usually wears like tights and stuff. I guess since she's a vampire, she usually wears like a full suit, with full suit or her shirt and pants are combined and stuff. Probably what most vampires are vampire characters. Yeah, what is vampire women characters? There's a cute vampire bat lady. Also, she has a crush on Kenji, by the way. You guys didn't know this. You guys watch Werewolf. Here is the Sea Dragon character I did draw. I also did an animation of. You guys should check it out too. The Sea Dragon cartoon I did, and I did an animation of him. The only difference here is that his design is pretty much the same instead of these extra flippers right here. These flippers are different because in the animation, his design was more simple than in the animation. Because I try to make it easier to animate him. Yeah. I think his name is Haku. I think I named. Yeah, I think I named him Haku. Yeah. I usually don't draw him a lot. That's why I don't remember his name that much. I think I drew him once in terms of my digital drawings I usually do. Yeah, I usually don't draw him that much compared to other dragon characters. Yeah, I don't draw him as much as I do with Rex, the land dragon. So yeah. Here's the Harmony character. Ooh, yeah, she's yeah. I think I made her pretty infamous in Pocket Force 3. Yeah, 'cause she's kind of a femcel. She's like a femcel like lady character from Pocket Force 3 who's trying to meet the love cave and stuff. Kind of a wild story. I had to age trick that video because I didn't trust the story enough in order to be viewed on normal YouTube. Yeah, I mean, there's not anything any sexual in that comic. It's just that yeah, the subject matter is very mature, like very close to home or very adult and mature and stuff. Yeah, so it's not like anything like it's not anything sexual, but it's like mature in general. Yeah, she's Angel's sister by the way too. She's more anthropomorphic than Angel. Yeah, Harvey Day character. I think I did name her too, but I since I didn't draw her since that Funko Force 3 comic. It's been like months since I drew her, so I don't remember her name. I gave her. Yeah, yeah. So many characters. It's hard to like keep up with all their names and stuff. That's usually why I keep drawing the same characters all the time. Is because if I keep coming up with new characters all the time. I'll forget the old characters, and I'll just keep drawing them instead of I'll just keep drawing the new characters instead of the old characters. Yeah, I just want to keep it consistent when it comes to my character art. Here is Jake the Dragon from the Flyers Dragon comic. Maybe one day I'll do like a comic review of the original comic I did of this character because I think I technically did two drafts of the Flyers Dragon comic, and the one I eventually uploaded to Newgrounds was the that I did a review of as well on YouTube was the newer draft, but I want to do the review of the older draft as well. So it's technically two different kind of stories actually to the Flyers Dragon. Yeah, I mean, I guess I changed up the story of the original one because I think the original one was a little too violent compared to the newer draft, so I made with the newer draft. Plus, the newer draft has better animation, better story than the older draft does. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, Chicken Dragon. It's basically one of my older characters. I didn't have this character since in high school. I was doing drawing classes in high school. Yeah, I said that twice already. Yeah, I keep saying the same things twice. Yeah, but yeah, this character's pretty old. Yeah, I keep revamping the story a bit too. Yeah, I think he's older than the characters from Skype Discovery too. I think. Yeah, or yeah, he's definitely older. Yeah. Well, another interesting note about this character that he was originally supposed to be the mascot of my channel. Yeah, I wanted, I wanted the channel, I wanted him to represent me from when it comes to characters and stuff. But I changed it up a bit to be his own character, be more interesting that way, and just went with my self persona character instead. Yeah. Here's a Arctic Fox Lady character. Yeah. I think she looks more like a normal fox compared to the Arctic fox because her tail is like has a pattern in it, like a normal fox does than an Arctic fox does. Yeah, I did do a cartoon drawing video of this character too, including her color and everything. Yeah, I think that's one of the more popular. I think some more popular digital drawing videos too. Yeah, this Arctic fox lady. I don't think I came up with a name for her yet, but I just like drawing her in general. Here's Kaida the dragon from the Flash Dragon as well, who became Jake's girlfriend. Yeah, I don't know why I keep drawing her with this face. I guess because she looks more cuter when she does that expression. It's a cute dragon lady character. Yeah, I think she's probably the reason why people like the Flash Dragon comic so much because of her impression on how what Drake had to fight in order to impress her. He had to fight other dragons to impress her and stuff. That arguably should be illegal, but included in the story anyway. I think I was inspired by the animal documentaries I used to watch, like when you have deer fight for their chance at mates and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I guess I'll be watching too much animal documentaries. I include that in the Fight Dragon story. Yeah, people love that. It's pretty funny. Here's Hopper from the Falcon Force. He's a flying squirrel character. The interesting thing about Falcon Force is that I wanted to be exclusively just flying characters, just flying animals in general. Try to include every flying animal I could think of. Maybe I include like a flying dragon character too, like the gliding lizard or the flying fish character. Maybe I include that in Falcon Force too, Falcon Force as well. Yeah. especially since it must takes place during like high elevation or in the sky in general. Yeah, that's very cool. Here's Bunny Dog from Bunny Dog and Badger Cat. Yeah, Bunny Dog and Badger Cat. Here's Bunny Dog. I revealed that she was like a queen of the Canine Kingdom. It's pretty funny. The Canine Kingdom. Yeah. I guess she's just short and like she's not really a child. She's just short. Yeah, short queen, the queen of the Canine Kingdom characters and stuff. Yeah, I guess she was like lonely in her castle, so she went out in public grumbly in order to make friends, and she talks too much too. Yeah, it's my Bunny Dog and Badger Cat comic I did. It's very popular on Newgrounds because people like it on Newgrounds more than here on YouTube. Here's a robot warrior character. He's probably like other robot characters I like the draw too. Yeah, I think he's very similar to the Axe Knight warrior character who's also a robot. But the inspiration for these robot designs was Lego Bionicle. These cool toys I always wanted to get as a kid. And I think I already told this story before, but when I wanted the Lego Bionicle when I was younger, I was too old. I was too old to play with toys, so I wasn't able to like collect them. Yeah, and by the time I was able to get a Lego Bionicle, like a Happy Meal and stuff, yeah, I didn't know how to build it. Yeah, so I asked my brother to help me build it and stuff. I think I was 12 years old when I got a Lego Bionicle. Yeah. By the time I was already using YouTube and playing video games and stuff, playing with toys and stuff. Yeah. I was also doing a time I wanted to just collect stuff. Collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, collect Bakugan, collect Lego Bionicle, like nerdy stuff. Yeah. But I guess my mom didn't want that since it'd be too much of a hassle in order to when we move out and stuff. Yeah, especially when you're younger. Like I guess I've been able to collect stuff now. I mean, I collect sketchbooks and flip books and stuff. But I'm mostly using these sketchbooks for videos as well too. So they're useful compared to just collecting things in general. Yeah. Here's Abby from Karate Bugs. This is good drawing of her. Yeah. Happy B girl character. I guess she was the main character of Karate Bugs, like the early episodes. Yeah. I guess the series kind of transition between more of saving Bree into like helping Mush get citizenship back from the evil centipedes and millipedes. Yeah, I guess you can say these are kind of like arcs in Dragon Ball Z. You know, Dragon Ball Z has arcs and stuff. Yeah, I'm currently doing different arcs in Karate Bugs. Yeah, I currently have 12 episodes of Karate Bugs available now. Yeah, I mean, it's very cool too. I mean, I guess because Karate Bugs was inspired by Dragon Ball Z as well. It was inspired by Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball Z, and I think it was Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball Z, and I think Kung Fu Panda too. I watched a lot of Kung Fu Panda when I was a kid. I watched both. I watched all three. I think I watched three of the Kung Fu Panda movies plus the show that was on Nickelodeon one time. The Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. Yeah, I watched that too. Yeah, I love Kung Fu Panda. Here's a monster character, the cute monster character that I did an animation of too, who hatched from the egg. Very cute animation too. Yeah, I just drew them. Because usually when I do animations of newer characters, I draw them again in my sketchbooks. Yeah. Here is Chopper from Delta's delivery service, the Aeromorph helicopter guy. Yeah, I guess he's supposed to be like the male counterpart to Delta. You know, Delta, the Air Force airplane lady. Yeah, I mean a helicopter guy. Yeah, I guess he's supposed to be the direct opposite to Delta too, in terms of the characters. Yeah, it was kind of like that during the pilot animation I did of them. Yeah. He's laid and chill back, and she's like hardworking, competitive. I guess it depends on the type of machines that they are. Yeah, he's a helicopter, so he's more chill and laid back, and Delta's an airplane, which is more fast and competitive. Yeah. Here's a live drawing of a secretary bird in Africa. Secretary birds. Secretary birds are pretty cool, honestly. They hunt snakes and stuff by kicking them, like an ostrich does, but they still able to fly. So they're pretty much like a small like a ostrich that hasn't lost its ability to fly yet. Yeah, secretary birds. Yeah, they're very cool. They're mostly in Africa. Here are some other robot characters that I just keep drawing, but I have a couple names with yet. Well, I named Flybot. I named this character Flybot in Karate Bugs. But other than that, this character right here, I don't know why I keep drawing him, honestly. I don't know. It's my creative brain in general. Just keep creating characters out of nowhere. Not naming them for some reason. Yeah. Because I think I included him in Scarborough Score 5 as one of the Biobots in that Megan's dad bailed. Yeah. And this is Flybot from Karate Bugs. Speaking of Karate Bugs, here's Blade from Karate Bugs, who's the Mantis character. Well, you can't have karate and bugs and not have a mantis in them. Yeah. Oh, I always wanted to include an episode that focused on Blade specifically, because every episode of Karate Bugs, they focus on specific characters and stuff. Yeah, every character has the ability to shine, but not Blade. I don't feature Blade enough in terms of personality. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll come up with a story about Blade. At least one episode, at least. I did think of some concepts I could think of for him, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys in this video. Maybe I'll think of it about it when I make episode 13 of Karate Bugs. Also, I think it's Karate Bugs. Oh yeah, I think I give him more personality during episode 10 of Karate Bugs, where the Spire Lady was flirting with him, where she had him tied up. He was flirting with him before she kneed him in the chest and stuff, and he fell in love. He fell in love with her. It's pretty funny. Yeah, the Karate Rockets. Yeah. Here's a Rose Lady character, a Plant Lady character, who's like a Rose Lady. Yeah. I included her more patterns on her character design because I didn't just want her to be naked, like Nikki. Yeah, I mean she's more anthropomorphic. She's an anthropomorphic Rose character. Yeah, that's what she is. Yeah, I think I made her appear in episode 11 of Karate Bugs, where she's part of the mushroom plant people who got their citizenship taken away by the millipedes. Yeah, yeah, a lot of political stuff in Karate Bugs. Pretty funny. Yeah. Here's Pat the Pummeler, my wrestler character that I didn't draw in a while. And this character's pretty old too. I think this is the first character I started to draw and make comics with when I started doing digital art. Yeah. He's one of the first, well, at least when I got back to digital art. Yeah. Because there was years when I just didn't do any digital art at all. Yeah, until like I think 2019 when I was still on DeviantArt, that horrible website. Yeah, I did a comic of Pat the Pummeler. It's a pretty primitive comic too. Luckily, in terms of my comics and art, at least in terms of my comics, I still have every comic available on my hard drive, so I don't have to rely on DeviantArt to get my comics back. Yeah. So luckily, I still have older comics of Pat the Pummeler from 2019. Yeah. I pretty much I saved up all the drawings, or at least all the comics that I did on DeviantArt on a hard drive, so I don't have to rely on my website and stuff. Here's some live drawings of porpoises. Porpoises, yeah, whales, dolphins, and porpoises. And these are porpoises. Yeah. I guess porpoises and dolphins are technically small whales, technically. I mean, they're all technically the same kind of animal. Yeah. I don't know why they come up with new names for these animals in general. You just call them a type of whale. I mean, they're all technically citations, which are all whales. So a dolphin is essentially a small whale, just like the porpoise is as well. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty weird classification and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. These two drawings and stuff. Here's Console Man, the console character I drew too as well. I did both flipbook and normal animation of them, but the flipbook animation done well, which I appreciate. Yeah, people just love my flipbooks in general. Maybe I'll do a flipbook as my next video probably, because I can show you guys here. Since I don't have binder screws anymore, I've been collecting these note cards and uh, binder clips for my flipbooks stuff. So expect some more note card flipbooks for me. Yeah, because I'm running out of binder. I'm running out of binder screws for my flipbooks, so I'm not able to use like the actual flipbook paper anymore. I guess it actually shouldn't really matter in general, since people love flipbooks in general. People love note card flipbooks too. I guess Andy, I think his name's Andy Mation. Yeah, he does like note card and he does note card and index card flipbooks as well, which is very cool. Because you can make a flipbook out of any kind of paper, honestly. I just went with flipbook paper because it looks more neater in videos, looks more professional. But I don't technically know how to do that. I can just rely on this any kind of note card art in general. You don't have to be the most professional artist on YouTube. Actually, honestly, I just did that because I just wanted to attract viewers and stuff. Or at least attract more viewers to my videos to watch the other content and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, enough rambling on. That's been my flipbook. That's been no, my flipbook. My part five, my Strathmore sketchbook. Yeah, I definitely want to make more of these sketchbook tour videos, but I can't just get them out immediately because I have to do the drawings first. Yeah, maybe I'll do more drawing videos. Maybe I'll do another drawing time, like the compilation. I do do drawing videos every day. Yeah, I'm gonna do that again this year. Yeah, so I can have more sketchbook tours. So that's from part my Strathmore sketchbook. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and that's it.